Hello, my name's Liam. Welcome to your supporters football update on all Congleton Town's latest and the clubs that matter to the residents of Congleton. So the football reports, the football update are back. After a little short period away, we're back where we belong. We're going to start with Congleton Town, and what a fantastic week it's been for the Bears. They played on Saturday at home against Clitheroe, and it was a game that most fans were thinking, oh, it could go either way here. And a game that most fans were also thinking, if they got a result, then staying in the league is very, very likely. It was Clitheroe who played really good football, some good stuff, lots of balls into the box, and dangerous balls into the box. And Congleton Town got 2 goals, 2 penalties, and it finished 2-2 at the Cleric Stadium. A fantastic performance all round for the Bears, and it gave them some really good confidence going into Tuesday's game, where they played away to Newcastle Town in Newcastle-under-Lyme, a little derby, if you like, an oatcake battle. The heavens started to open just as we arrived at the ground. The rain, wind, awful. Most fans were thinking, is this game even going to be on? And there was patches of water all over the pitch. It wasn't good at all. But the Bears played fantastic, and they got a comfortable 3-0 victory, with Cola Dungy scoring the first goal for Congleton. He's a new signing. He's a really good talent. It was a good goal from distance. And Max McCarthy then getting the second goal. It's nice to see him back scoring some goals. And Dan Needham getting the third goal in the second half. A long distance effort, and the Newcastle keeper should have done a little bit better. But overall, it was a fantastic performance for the Bears, who now face Stafford Rangers at home on Saturday, and then another away trip on Tuesday to Wythenshawe Town. It's not also non-league day on Saturday, so wherever you are in the country, if you've got nothing to do on Saturday, go down and support your local non-league club, because it really is the beginning of grassroots football, and lots of players that you know, that you watch in the Premier League, started their football in grassroots level, such as Jamie Vardy, who used to play for Leicester. So they've got to start somewhere, and grassroots football, you'll be very impressed if you've not watched it before, I promise you. Moving on to the Premier League then, and we'll start with Liverpool, who've had the early kick-off on Saturday lunchtime at 12:30, away to Brighton on the south coast. Unfortunately, Liverpool never really got going in that game and lost it 2-1. It wasn't the performance the fans wanted, and nor Arne Slot wanted. There's a chances now of getting into a top 5 are under really threatening. They might not get there. Lots of fans want Arne Slot sacked at the end of the season, but we'll see what happens with that. They're still in the Champions League quarter-finals, and they're still in the FA Cup, albeit they play Manchester City away that next week. So I guess at the end of the season, Liverpool will make a decision on whether they want to keep Slot or they want to move on and change the manager. And we'll see, we'll wait and see. Manchester United were also in action down in the South Coast. They played a Bournemouth team who are in really good form at the minute, have drawn the last 2 matches, and it drew again 2-2. United will be disappointed not to get all 3 points in that. It's a little dent in Michael Carrick's progression, but under him they've been fantastic, and it's just a little dent, and I'm sure they're going to get into in the top 5 places and get a Champions League place. And it's nothing they don't deserve, because under Carrick they've changed around and they're a really good team. Lots of United fans will be wanting Michael Carrick to stay in charge come at the end of the season. Moving on to League One then, and we'll start with Port Vale, who have done that FA Cup run, have been fantastic. The league form, obviously, they're bottom of League One, hasn't been great this season. They were at home to high flyers Bolton Wanderers, who's currently sit 3rd in League One and are looking to get an automatic, if not playoff place for them. Port Vale beat Bolton 1-0. It was a fantastic result for Vale, and Vale fans now can hope that maybe a fight back will be on. I think it's going to be too little too late for them, but it's going to be a good end to the season, and if they do get relegated, when they get relegated, they can keep those good performances going into League 2 and hopefully come straight back up into League 1. Away then to Crewe on League Two. They played absolutely fantastic against a Shrewsbury Town side, and they won 4-0. Again, that result keeps them around in a playoff place, hoping to get there in the end. They're 2 points off at the moment, and they'll be hoping to get as many points as possible towards the end of the season to get into the playoffs once more. Stoke City played a Preston side away on Friday evening, and unfortunately it ended in defeat for Stoke, losing 3-1. Again, Stoke's season started off really well. They were looking title contenders at one point in the season and have slowly faded away. They'll be hoping just to keep a mid-place in the Championship and go again next year and really fight for a playoff place. We're going to finish then with the Carabao Cup final on Sunday just gone. It's the first chance of major silverware for teams who are in the final. This year's final was between Arsenal and Manchester City. Before the game, both sets of fans, anyone really was thinking, oh, who's going to win this? You couldn't really tell. You didn't know who was going to win it. It depends if City turned up. If Arsenal played like they have been doing all season, everyone thought Arsenal were going to go and win it. Manchester City won 2-0. Nico O'Reilly, a graduate, a youngster coming up from the academy, scored 2 goals, City's 2 goals, 2 fantastic headers, and City went on to lift the Carabao Cup final and won a trophy for the first time this year. They didn't win any trophies last season, so to get that trophy, Pep and the boys were very happy with that, including myself, who was very happy. That brings an end to your football update. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. It's good to be back, and I'll see you next week.